day 54, I think, in the death camp. I've been playing Sylvan combos now for the past days. I'm losing my mind. Please like and comment, and hopefully your sympathy will free me from my captors. This is the Sylvan list. Right, so starting off with a sort of generic plant support, we run a 3 Lone Fire, very self-explanatory in plant decks. We run a 3 Evil Fawn. This has grown a lot in popularity in plant decks with the arrival of Lynx, essentially being a free Link 2. And then we run the most least plant supporty card, 3 Scorpio and the 1 Cobra. You'll often find that this is like your main combo starter. Get into this. It means that you can end on, well, you can start with Jasmine and a card to use Jasmine's effect with, and that's just all you really need, really. So they're the 10 sort of generic plant starters. For the Sylvans, we run quite a heavy Sylvan package, starting off with 3 Peas and the rest of trees. We've got the 3 Petit Pois, Sylvan Peacekeeper. When he's normal summoned or special summoned, because he's a good Yu-Gi-Oh card, you can excavate the top card of your deck, and if it's a plant, bin it off to the grave, but if it's not, then you cry and it goes back to the bottom of the deck. But you don't play him for that, because if you're normal summoning him, then you've got no plays, man. So basically what he does is when he's excavated and sent to the grave, he reborns a level 4 or lower, so you typically get Lone Fire to then get you to your good cards. So yeah, that's why you run Peas. And then here's for the trees, we run 3 Sylvan Sage Acquoia, or Sylvanisha Wiesen Mamantumba Baum. Basically what he is, he's a free summon out of the hand when a Sylvan's sent to the grave, and you can just excavate one for the sake of it. So he's just an extra chance to hit your Sylvans. And he's a free body, free level 7 body, so he's pretty stonks. We run 3 of the big red tree, no, not the big red dog, the big red tree, Sylvan Hermitry. He's probably my favourite one because he can excavate one and let you draw a card if you hit a plant, so he's actually like a plus rather than just like hoping on something. He's also a level 8 as well, which is big with some of the combos where you need to make a level 9 with Spore. So yeah, now we've got for the Sprouts, we run 2 Princess Sprout. I really like Princess Sprout. Basically you contribute it to excavate the top card. And obviously if it's a plant sent to the grave, if it's not then cry. But its effect when it's excavated is you can summon it out and declare a level between 1 and 8 and it becomes that level. So it's like really flexible with Hermitries and Sage Acquoias to make like your sort of rank 7s, rank 8s, whatever you want. 1 Cherub Sprout. When Cherub Sprout special summoned, you can excavate 1 or 2 cards off the top of the deck, which does come up sometimes, but when he's excavated, you can special summon a level 1 plant from your deck. Which is pretty big, so it gets you to like Princess Sprout, it gets you to Spore, gets you to Copy Plant, gets you to Sylvan Snapdragon Assassin if you really want to. I only play this card as a discard outlet because it excavates 1 when you discard it, which is pretty cool. So it means like if you open it with Mount Sylvania, you can like instantly bin the card that you discard and it's just free stonks. So that's it for the Sylvans. It's quite a hefty lineup. I don't run any of the other ones. If I was going to run any of the other ones, it'd be Guardio, simply because he's just 3 excavations off the top. But yeah, I don't run him, but I might do. So yeah, there's it for the Sylvans. And then for your sort of generic good plant cards, Spore, Copy Plant, Rose Lover. I love this card in the deck, just unclogs the cards out of your hand. Rose Girl's the newest one. Come out in Echo. It's a tuner, level 3 plant tuner. When a plant's sent to the grave, you can summon it. And then when it's in the grave, you can add it back to your hand, but it's like you can only do 1 of those per turn. So it's pretty cool. It fuels your discards, it's a free extender, it's wicked, and then same with the Carrot Weight Champion, just gets cards out of your hand, summon itself out, level 4 monster. What more could you want? Plus it's a big carrot. Onto the spells. This is literally like the reason you play the deck. It's 3 Sylvan Charity. It's Graceful Charity, but it stacks your deck for you. That is like the only redeeming factor of this deck. It's just having broken spell cards like that is just fun. We run 3 Miracle Fertilizer. I really don't like this card because basically it's a reborn, but it locks you out your normal summon. It's alright like after your first turn, but other than that, like it's not great. It's good in some clunky hands as well, but like you kind of want to be normal summoning your Scorpios, your Lone Fires, your Evil Thorns, whatever. So yeah, it's there. Like there are arguments to cut it, but it's just a really powerful like 3 of. 1 Rose Belt. This is essentially like a third or a fourth of your big ones. So it searches any 2400 or more plant monsters. So you're searching Hermitries and Sage Acquoias with it. It's just pretty cool. And when it's in the grave as well, you can banish it to special summon a plant from your hand with 2400 or more attack. So it's cool, like you can discard it with certain things and then use its effect to summon out your Sage Acquoia or Hermitries. It's like an extra Rose Lover like that, really. I do like it. I'd probably play more if we got the other Rose stuff like Cloister and the Rose Fairy, I think. But for now, it's just a little cheeky one-off. And then for the cheeky one-offs, we run the 1 Sylvania. This card is legitimately ass. It's like the worst field spell that an archetype ever has. It's an inherent -1 every time. And it's not very good, but you kind of need to play it, which is really annoying. So we run 1 Terraforming as well to search it, 1 Foolish, it's plants, 1 for 1, again it's plants. 1 instant fusion because we run Scorpio and now we don't have brilliant fusion. This is the best target of Cobra. And rounding it off is the Pot of Avarice because you have a lot of chaff, a lot of junk in your grave. Shuffle it back, hopefully draw some good cards. If not, pass your turn, lose, as you saw me do against Insectors. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. It's a nice 40 cards. Onto the extra deck, we run 1 Theseus. This is the target for instant fusion. I chose this over something like Millennium Eyes or Thousand Eyes simply because 1, it's a fun deck and I just wanted to play like fun cards, and 2, it's like a tuner for Hulk, so if you're in a real like pinch you can just bring this out and make Hulk with it. It's whatever. 1 Formula Synchron, 1 Metal Marcher, kind of standard stuff. You play Auroradon, so like you play Linkross as well, so these are the cards that like get you to Auroradon while netting you some advantage along the way. 1 Archithosaurus, the Ravenous Crocodragon, and 1 Trish for your level 9 Synchros. You typically use 1 of these and a big fat Spore to make your Calamities. Just depends on the situation. If you want more cards, Crocodragon. If you want to rip stuff, Trish. It's kind of obvious. 1 Princess Sprite. This is probably my favourite monster in the extra deck. Just, it's always like a plus. It's the only like Sylvan card that's actually a plus because all the other ones need you to send a plant for something to happen, whereas this, or they spin like the spell or trap to the grave, whereas this lets you add it to hand. So like no matter what you pick off the top, you're doing something, and that's why I like this. It's kind of like annoying to make though. Like you can make it with Evil Thorns if you've got the facilities for that, but like you kind of always want to go into a Jasmine. So yeah, 1 Alcei and 1 Teardrop, the Rika Queen. I really like this card. It's essentially a quick effect tribute, and it gains 200 attack when something's tributed, which is pretty cool. And Alcei is just like another excavation. He's a big boy, big chonker, 3200 defense, protects your stuff, but you kind of want 1 to mill Hermitry, which is how you get it in the grave, like from detaching it. So it depends on the situation. If you're going second, Rika. If you're going first, Alcei, it's whatever. 1 Calamities, again, a lot of reason to play the deck. I don't think the deck could do much without Calamities. It'd just be sort of like an Appaloosa pass deck, but yeah, Calamities is there. On for the links, 1 Link Rebo, 1 Link Cross, fairly standard Link ones. 1 Jasmine. This is the card that sort of make the deck tick. It's essentially a Lone Fire Blossom in a monster, and then it has a search effect if you gain life points, but you never do, so it's that. 1 Hulk, 1 Auroradon, and 1 Appaloosa. Fairly standard cards to end the thing, but Hulk gets you to your other plant bits. Auroradon lets you make your level 9 Synchros with its tokens, and Appaloosa's there if you get sent first, because in like certain god hands you can end on like Appaloosa Calamities, which is really good unless you're going against 1 Fogblade, which ends your whole combo, as you saw in our recent duel video. So yeah, that's the deck. We're going to now take you through a test hand, just to show you what the deck can do in the right circumstances. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so we're just going to take you through a quick sort of test hand. You can't really do a sort of set combo for this because there's like a lot of sort of niche interactions that happen. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck up and do a little testy hand. So we've opened Pot of Avarice, Peas, Foolish, Evil Thorn, and Sage Acquire. So this sounds pretty good. It means we're going to be able to make Jasmine with an extra search, and we'll have a few draws off the Avarice. So we'll just put the hand up here, and straight away we're going to normal summon the Evil Thorn. Use the Evil Thorn effect. What it does, it tributes itself. We get out the other 2 Evil Thorns from the deck, so it's essentially a free rank 2. Excuse me, link 2. So that'll come the other Evil Thorns, and then yeah, straight away just link them all up into your Aromaseraphy Jasmine. So now we're going to use Foolish. It's imperative that we send a Sylvan so we can trigger the effect of our Sage Acquire. It's probably going to get shuffled back with the Avarice in a minute anyway, so it doesn't really matter what we send. So we're just going to send Hermitry, I think. And then from here, so now we can summon Sage Acquire from our hand specifically to the zone that Jasmine points to. And we're going to shuffle up our deck because Sage Acquire lets you excavate 1 and mill it if it's a plant, so we could potentially get some bonus stonks here. So we use Sage Acquire, and the top card's a Miracle Fertilizer, so no extra bonuses, but that's okay. We use Jasmine, tributing the Sage Acquire, and this is going to let us summon any of our plants from the deck. And I think we get the... I think we just want a tuner here, so either Copy Plant or Spore, I think. So we drop the Spore down. Then we're going to turn the Jasmine into a Link Cross, and you probably know where these kind of combos go. Link Cross gets us 2 tokens. So there's 1, and there's 2. And from here we can make a Link Cross with the Spore and then do stuff like that, but I think we want to try and get some value out of having this Spore. So we're going to use one of the spores and one of the tokens to make a formula. And the formula is going to let us draw an extra card, so we draw an instant fusion. Okay, that's not too bad. And now we have level 1 token in the formula, which will again just turn into Metal Marcher. And Metal Marcher to revive either the spore or the formula, probably the spore, I think. I don't think it's going to matter too much now though, because it's going to get linked off. So yeah, we're going to link it off with the Link Cross for the Hulk. Hulk's going to get us our other level 1 tuner plant monster from the deck, which is our Copy Plant. And now we just turn Metal Marcher and Hulk into Auroradon. And Auroradon gets us another 3 tokens. We're level 3. Oops. And from here, I think I'm going to Avarice now, just because I'm going to get the value of shuffling back like the Hulk, the Marcher and stuff like that. So we're going to Avarice, target all of the extra deck monsters, shuffle them back in, and draw 2 fresh cards out the deck. So we've got a Cobra, that is an awful draw, and a Rose Girl. Rose Girl's an interesting card to draw. It means we're going to have another extender really. So from here, we're going to use, I think from here we kind of have to use the Instant Fusion. So we Instant Fusion paying 1,000 and that gets us our Theseus out. Just move these along. And Theseus. So we've got our Theseus out. We're going to use Auroradon now, popping itself to pop the Copy Plant. This is going to let Rose Girl summon. So basically, whenever a plant monster is sent to the grave, you can summon her out. And this is wicked now because we're going to turn Rose Girl and 2 of the tokens into an Architherus, the Croco Dragon, and this is going to let us draw 2 cards since we had 2 non-tuners. So the first card is a Terraforming, not bad, and the second card is a Lone Fire, which isn't bad at all. So now we've got a Theseus, a level 3 token, and the Croco Dragon. The option here is to use the Spore, banishing the Hermitry, to make your Calamities. But I'm just thinking if we have any further extenders. I don't really think we do here. The draws that we've got along this combo haven't been great. But if there are anything else, any other combos, any other combo pieces you could further extend. So I think we're just going to use Terraforming to get our one of Mount Sylvania. We're then going to activate Sylvania and use its effect. We'll discard the Cobra to add. It stacks a Sylvan to the top of the deck. So I think we're just going to stack a Peas because we'll have a Reborn next turn. Should the Sylvania live, which it probably will, there'll be Calamities. So. And then from here, Spore's going to banish the Hermitry from the grave. Brings itself back as a level 9. And then we simply just turn our Archithis and our Spore into Calamities. And this is where like the variation on builds occur, so I don't run any sort of like Savage Dragon or anything in this, but if you did, you could have a free Savage there, you could have other bits and bobs. But yeah, that's pretty cool, just like off the hand, you've made the Calamities, you've got stuff for next turn, you've got a Lone Fire. This is excavating a card in the end phase, so you're excavating the Peas. Peas is reviving you pretty much anything, so probably the Copy Plant here. And yeah, and then you just go again, and then you can push for an OTK next turn. So yeah, it's pretty cool little combo from a relatively unknown deck. Alright guys, so yes Master, I'll tell them about the Sylvan deck. 150 likes is how many it takes for me to eat again. Okay, you heard the man, 150 likes and plenty of comments Don't forget to subscribe, else I'm here doing Sylvan combos and eating peacekeepers, which aren't as nutritious as they might sound. Thanks for watching.